Hey everybody, GC Performance here, back with another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about new bikes being released for 2024. Specialized has been quietly releasing new bike models like the TARMAC SL7 Expert, and also the new revamped and revisioned version of the TARMAC Comp SL7 as well. And also my predictions for what I think will come out in 2024 later this year, around Tour de France time. But we're going to take a look at two models, pin them against each other, and talk about what is the better value for them, and talk about what they did differently this year. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So if you guys have been kind of focusing on Specialized website, you guys can kind of see every time they've been releasing some bikes, like the new TARMAC SL7 Comp 105 Di2. I believe this model is still going to be all the way through 2024. They're going to carry them out. And I mentioned this in a video before. A lot of bicycle companies, not just Specialized, Trek, Pinarello, everything like that, COVID has completely changed the way bike companies release bikes. Before 2020, dealers would come to us or manufacturers come to us and say, hey, here's a 2019 bicycle catalog. Here's all the products we're going to be releasing. Here's a full run of these bikes, the Comp Expert Pro S-Works. Here's a full Athos line. Here's a full Roubaix line. Here's a full this. And that's how it basically be in there. Like, we're going to release all these bikes this year. Boom, take a look at it. Now it seems to be that these companies are just basically releasing bike models periodically every other month or so, and they don't really have years on them anymore. I noticed that as well. When you click on a bike like this, we click on this bike, which we're going to be talking about in a second, it just says TARMAC SL7 Comp Di2. You know, there's no more year on there. There's no more model year. So I think it's a very iffy subject, because I think a lot of these companies are playing catch up still, fulfilling orders to manufacturers as well. But we can rest assured that I think Specialized does have a lot of TARMAC SL7s, and I believe this model will kind of take over the comp spot of the rival version and be the 105 version now. So this model is the SL7 Comp 105 Di2. It is now $5,500. This bike went ahead and replaced the old comp model, which was the exact same price, which was $5,500 as well, but it just came with SRAM Rival. There is no difference to these bikes at all. The frames are the same, the handlebars are the same, the seat posts are the same, the wheels are the same. Really, the main difference is just the group sets from SRAM Rival to 105. And honestly, my personal preference between Shimano and SRAM, I believe 105 is the better group set because it's a little bit lighter, and it does, I don't know, preference to me, it feels a little bit better in my hands. But that's just my take. And it's also a more expensive group. But that is not the video we're talking about today. So this is the new TARMAC SL7 Expert. They brought the price down from the TARMAC SL7 Expert last year, retail for $8,300, and came with Shimano Ultegra, and came with these exact same wheels. Now this bike is $6,500. It's a 10R carbon frame, SRAM Rival still, but you get an upgraded power meter here, which is the Rival power meter. You get the Revolve C38 wheels, and then S-Work tires as well. I believe it's still an alloy bar. Actually, you know what? We're going to find out right now. Yes, it still is an alloy bar. So we have this bike here, which is the new TARMAC SL7 Expert, a whopping $1,800 cheaper than last year's Expert. And then now this is the new comp model that will replace, I believe, the old rival comp, which is this right here. This is the Shimano 105 Di2 for the same $5,500. Only downside to getting this bike is that it's going to come with a compact crank, because of the fact that Shimano 105 Di2, I believe, only has a 5034 crank on there. That's why I changed mine to a 1x. But they have some nice colors to them. They took an S-Works frame and basically just put Specialized on there, which is nice. They have this matte blue with a pink on there. And then you can't go wrong with a Dove white, which is really great. And you can see they also putting on here a Specialized Pro tire for this price point. Now, today's video is what we're talking about. The TARMAC SL7 Comp to the TARMAC SL7 Expert. Over here on the left, we have the TARMAC SL7 Expert. This is going to be assumed the 2024 model. This will be carried out throughout the whole year, and they will probably keep this throughout the whole year. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. And on the right hand over here, we have the new Comp 105 Di2. $6,500, $5,500. Only $1,000 separates the two. As we can see here, if you do step up to the Expert right away, you do get the $1,000 wheel sets. These Revolve C38 wheels are $1,100. So that is a good justification right off the bat there plus the added power meter on a bike. So not only are you getting an upgrade of nice carbon, pretty much race wheels, you can just call them what they are, a 38 millimeter depth wheel that can handle any kind of terrain with some kind of aerodynamic depth to them. They are tubeless ready, still a clincher as well, and they also do have a lifetime warranty on them, which is great, and a power meter. This bike is literally a race ready machine. You can use it for crits, you can use it for whatever you want to do, and it will perform right out of the box. Compared to the TARMAC SL7 comp over here, that is $5,500. You're getting the exact same frames. Yes, these are both 10R frames. That's how Specialized goes ahead and references their frames. These are 10R, the R standing for road. But you just get the cheaper group set and the cheaper wheels. These are DT Swiss alloy wheels, the R470s. I've done plenty of reviews on these wheels. They have just a normal stock hub in there. Nothing crazy. The wheels are tubeless ready though, but the tires are not, I believe. So you would have to change out the tire. But it is a nice bonus to get tubeless ready wheels, which is cool. They do include the valves on there as well. But between the two of them, if you have $5,500 on there, and you really didn't care too much in terms of like preference of shifting feel, and you just want the best bang for your buck, the difference of only $1,000, it's a no-brainer. Usually, if you have $5,500, you most likely have the extra grand. I got two phones, one for the plug, one for the home. You usually don't have to worry about the grand. Like if I really wanted a bike and I have $5,500 to my name plus taxes to buy a bike, I could probably finance or come up with the extra $1,000 or save up more money to go ahead and get this. Because if you were to go ahead and get this bike for $5,500, get these kind of wheels in here for $1,000, get a power meter on this bike, you're going to be over that price of the $6,500. But if you want to get a Shimano preference group set and you want to have the Shimano app and you want to maybe change out your wheels to a deeper dish, then you maybe will go ahead with this bike over here. But I think Specialized did a great job with taking the Expert, which was $8,300, which to me, I'll just call it like I see it. The last year's Expert with Ultegra DI2 on it for $8,300 just kind of seemed like a cash grab because it was Shimano Ultegra and it was still released during that time. I think that they did a really good job at managing their prices on there and priced this bike much better for this bike. $6,500 seems really nice for electronic group set, carbon wheels, and everything like that. So obviously the better buy would be in this area, the Expert for sure. A little bonus for you guys as well, if you guys didn't notice, Specialized has also just released recently a new color to their S-Works frames. Their red Onyx frame. This bike was completely new. They had this bike for an S-Works TARMAC SL7 completely built up, but they gave this new frame an option. But yes. Now I know you guys are probably sick and tired of you guys hearing me talk about SL7. So what does this bring me to my predictions for 2024? There's been a lot of buzz about what Specialized is going to be doing. What are they going to do with the SL7? Are they going to make an SL8? Are they going to make Avenge? Are they going to make two bikes? Are they going to make one bike in the whole? My predictions are this. And this is me not knowing a dang thing because, again, like I said, since I started this channel, I feel like Specialized has been very with me. They've been very closed mouth because they don't want me to expose anything. But Tour de France time is usually when every single product comes out for cycling. If you're a manufacturer, you're going to go ahead and display that on Tour de France time. It usually does get kind of leaked or kind of sneak peeks of it a week ahead of time. Teams are riding them. Teams are getting used to it. Spy shots are being given. I do think that there's going to be a bike at the Tour de France that I would make an assumption would be there. I don't know if it's going to be a super bike of a more aero tarmac. I don't know if it's going to be a super bike of a more more climbing tarmac. I don't know if it's going to be, I would love to see Avenge, but I doubt it because I've been asking Specialized for the longest time, even my reps, and like, I don't think there's going to be one there. But I do think that if we're going to see something new from Specialized, it's going to be at Tour de France time. And I'm also assuming that this year, from a big name bicycle brand component out there that's not Shimano, that they're going to change their top tier flagship group set. That is my prediction for 2024. So I will dive deeper into this once we get closer to Tour de France time. All I have to say is keep a lookout, keep your eyes peeled. We're ready for some excitement. It's nothing new here. Everyone knows it's in the bike scene. 3 years is about how long it takes for someone to change their bike brand. We see it with Cervelo, we see it with Trek, we see it with everyone, Pinarello. Usually a life cycle for this industry is about 3 years. It's about that time. This bike released in August of 2020. People want to see something else. But it's still really crazy how companies are now releasing a bike to this date that are still comparing all their bikes to be faster than when this bike is still 3 years old. And they're still competing against, they're making bikes saying it's quicker than this, like the Cannondale Super 6. They're making all these accusations saying their bike is faster than this TARMAC SL7, their bike is quicker than this TARMAC SL7. Even though Cervelo released an S5, Trek released a Madone, Pinarello has a Dogma F, no one makes those things, those claims against those bikes. It's always against this bike because this bike is such a dominant weapon. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again for watching, and hopefully you guys have a good day.